Email lawyer said Michael Cohen could sleep well tonight after speaking to Rudy Giuliani. An attorney who said he was speaking with President Donald Trump's lawyer Rudy Giuliani reassured Michael Cohen in an April 2018 email that Cohen could sleep. Two emails, both dated April 21, 2018, and among documents provided to Congress by the president's former attorney and fixer, do not specifically mention a pardon. Cohen, but the attorney who wrote those emails, Robert Costello, told CNN that Cohen's interpretation of events is utter. Does a source with knowledge of Cohen's thinking at the time disputes Costello's version of events and insists it was Costello who was pushing his relationship with Giuliani. Another source but Trump's team says it was Cohen and his lawyers who were bringing up a prospect of a pardon. The two completely contradictory narratives come as congressional committees grapple with the issue of a pardon and Cohen, specifically who initiated the pardon conversations and how far they progressed. Cohen's testimony. Giuliani told CNN the emails Cohen provided to Congress weren't about pardons. That Lanny Davis, Cohen's attorney and spokesman, told CNN that he couldn't comment on the matter if it involved documents provided to the intelligence committees. However, in the emails obtained by CNN, Costello tells Cohen, whom Costello says was worried about his relationship with Trump, that all was well with Trump and that the president was still with him. In a follow-up email, Costello told Cohen he had spoken to Giuliani and told Cohen that it was very there. Sleep. It's not known what written response, if any, Cohen had to Costello's emails. Costello said he first started talking to Cohen after Cohen was raided by the FBI in April 2018, when Cohen was still part of the Trump Joint Defense Agreement. Costello said, no retainer was signed, according to Costello. At the time, Costello said that one reason he spoke to Giuliani was because Cohen was concerned that Trump had soured on him or thought that he had soured on Trump following a New York Times report that detailed Trump's poor treatment of Cohen. The conversation, The morning after Costello's first email was sent, Trump tweeted about Cohen. Costello included a PS message in his follow-up email, which was sent after Trump's tweet, noting the very. Cohen testified to Congress that he spoke directly about a pardon with Trump attorney Jay Sekulow, CNN has previously reported, which Sekulow denies. But Cohen said Giuliani has previously said he never offered anyone a pardon on behalf of Trump. Following Cohen's testimony, multiple congressional committees have signaled they plan to investigate the issue of pardons. Congress. But Cohen's testimony has also sparked a backlash from Republicans. Ohio Republic, In a letter sent to Cummings Tuesday, Cohen attorney Michael Monaco wrote that Cohen's statement could. Cummings said in a statement Wednesday he was satisfied with Cohen's clarification and did not intend to take any further action on the matter at this time. Costello said he had not yet heard from Congress about his conversations with Cohen, but he expected he might soon.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot bar. You fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.